week on Jambar TV, we'll be discussing the new dean of the Williamson College of Business. Then we'll talk about the McDonough Museum and its 4 new exhibitions. We'll also take a look at the women's basketball team and its undefeated conference record.
Hello and welcome back to Jambar TV. I'm Krista Ritz alongside Angie Gopalakrishnan. The Williamson College of Business Administration has a new dean this semester. Executive producer Elizabeth Koss has more.
College of Business Administration over break. Kelly Wilkinson will assume the position at the university starting February 1st. Wilkinson says one of the first things she wants to address involves helping students.
I enjoy helping students find their passion and their career choices, and that was one of the things that led me here.
Wilkinson believes that certain things need to happen to help students grow despite recent changes.
The gaps in learning from students that haven't been in the classroom that are coming into college. There's going to be things that we haven't even thought of yet. And so we're going to have to be ready to pivot to those needs.
Provost Brian Smith said in a release statement that he is pleased with the decision to hire Wilkinson, citing her experiences. For Jambar TV, I'm Elizabeth Koss.
Within the next month, the YSU greenhouse will finish construction and be open for educational use and research purposes. Editor-in-Chief Sydney Stelnacker has more on the project.
The YSU greenhouse no longer suffers from cracked tile, broken glass, and extreme temperatures. The 56-year-old greenhouse, which is attached to Ward Beecher Hall, has been under construction since October 2021 and will finish up within the next month. Wim Steeland, dean of the STEM college, said the money funding the construction was donated to the greenhouse.
Well, what happened is a donor owned let's call it a horse farm, and so there is a house, and there is then the land for the horses that paid, and they decided to give it to Youngstown State University, to the foundation, not Youngstown State University, but to the YSU Foundation, that then had to sell it off.
In addition to repairs, the donation also allowed for the third bay of the greenhouse to be renovated. Ian Renee, associate professor of ecology, said the third bay needed repaired before he started working at YSU in 2006.
Again, in 2006, that first bay or chamber, they installed a tropical rainforest, and it seemed to function just for a short amount of time. They ran into a lot of maintenance issues, and it has been a dead zone, a big eyesore since the greenhouse faces Lincoln, one of the most traveled areas on Youngstown State campus.
When all construction is finished, a ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held at the greenhouse. For Jambar TV, I'm Sydney Stelnacker.
YSU honored Martin Luther King Jr. Day this past week with 3 in-person events. Hosted by the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the week included a presentation on civil rights movements throughout American history and the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Tuesday in an event called Black Social Movements. A viewing of the film Selma was held on Wednesday evening in the Rossi Room, and finally a keynote address was delivered by Reverend Lewis Macklin II this past Thursday. DEI Associate Provost Carol Bennett says she wants to facilitate discussion among students about the world they live in.
Due to a recent closure, students will have one less place to eat on campus. Reporter Jessica Stamp has further details.
Many local businesses that rely on the flow of people coming and going are shutting down due to people remote working.
Considering that students do eat at a lot of locations around here on campus, it's definitely something to kind of keep into the conversation with the university, is trying to see if we can get a push for something else to move into there so students have more food options.
QP Harris hopes Lincoln Avenue becomes a flourishing place for the campus life of students.
I think at this time all I can really do is provide my support for Lincoln Avenue to become a prosperous place for students to be able to go to for food or for entertainment.
There is no information about another business taking over the location.
Over winter break, 214 COVID-19 cases were reported. Of those, 151 were students living off campus, 17 were students living on campus, and 46 were employees. Through YSU's asymptomatic testing program, 119 people were tested last week, and only 4 came back positive. YSU isn't the only area seeing a rise in cases. According to the New York Times, the state of Ohio has seen an average of 19,115 new cases every day, resulting in a 53% in cases overall. After the break, executive producer Elizabeth Koss will sit down with a YSU professor and instructor about their career in telecommunications.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
The Communication Department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The YSU Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and Jambar TV. YSU's Communication Department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
Hello and welcome back to Jambar TV, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Koss, and today I am joined with lecturer Paul Ditchie from Youngstown State University. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you.
So, some of the questions I'm going to ask you today is, I want to know what some of the biggest events that you have covered in your career are.
Well, I've been doing sports TV for now 39 years. Not all professional sports. Some of it's been, college or whatever. But probably some of the bigger things that I've done, I did the 95 World Series, I did the 2001 World Series, and I did the 2002 World Series. I worked on 2 Olympics. I did the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, the Summer Olympics, and I did the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. And I've done a few NBA finals when either LeBron was in Cleveland or I've gone up to Detroit once or twice when they made it to the finals.
For some students that are studying in your programs, what can be expected from them if they want to go into those types of jobs?
Well, you're probably going to start off at the bottom, first of all. There's no real clear path. I always tell people that if you came to Cleveland or went to any city and asked all the people working there how they got their jobs, they'd all have a different story. But typically, a lot of students start out as utilities, and what they do is they have to move equipment around and things like that. And if you let the person hiring you know you're interested in moving up, the day is going to come when they're short a camera person or whatever it is that you want to do, and they're going to say, okay, we'll work you in on a lower echelon type show, or we need you today. And if you bide your time, you'll get there. I think some people are a little too impatient, but you just have to kind of be patient about it and wait your turn.
After doing all those big events, what led you to Youngstown, Ohio and wanting to teach?
Well, probably almost 30 years ago, I started thinking, I don't know if I want to be a freelancer my whole rest of my life. And I started thinking about teaching. And my wife recommended that I go get a master's degree. And people that do what I do don't have master's degrees. But she worked for Kent State and it was free. So I went and I got a master's degree. Even before I graduated, I started teaching a class at Kent State. And then for a few years, I didn't do it at all. And then I started teaching part-time on the side at a variety of schools. I started at Lakeland Community College. Then I taught at Kent State. These are all part-time. John Carroll in Cleveland, I was there for 10 years. And then I taught at Ashland University for 2 years part-time, and I actually taught here part-time for 2 years.
What are some things that students are learning under you in these courses?
Well, I like to think I bring in the real-world aspect and the up-to-date aspect of what you have to expect to do these jobs. For example, I just did a football game on Sunday, so I'm pretty fresh as far as what's going on in the industry. So I always like to do that and tell everybody, if there's a change, I can tell you what it is because I'm still out there doing it. I've done a lot less in the past year because of the pandemic, but for whatever reason, at the end of this year, I all of a sudden did a lot of games, so I'm still out there doing it.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Up next, Caitlin McCarthy will be bringing us everything with student life at Youngstown State University, so stay tuned.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm why I'm proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm why I'm proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared, and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hey kid, you want to try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah, man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Caitlin McCarthy with Student Life. From the pandemic to purgatory, the McDonough Museum will kick off the new year with 4 new expeditions. Aileen Blaine has more.
The exhibitions will feature works from artists hailing from across the country. Matthew College's open storage exhibit uses textured paintings, airbrushed wall art, and hanging scrolls to express themes he encountered in Japanese architecture.
I was interested in looking at spaces there that were, on the one hand, very contemplative, and then on the other hand, very high-tech, very fast kind of spaces in Tokyo.
The exhibitions will also feature works by photographer Donald Black Jr., Peter Schalsky, and a group of Carnegie Mellon University graduate students. Museum director Claudia Berlinski says she's anticipating the collaboration of artistic styles and mediums.
It's always fun for me to see how the students react to the work
and having professors bring in their classes to look at it, and also the artist talks.
The exhibition will open with a reception at 5 p.m. January 21st at the museum. For more information, visit the McDonough Museums website. I'm Aileen Blaine, reporting for Jambar TV.
YSU Student Recreation and Wellness Center held an event called Rock the Rec on their basketball court this Wednesday. Students were able to participate in activities such as karaoke, tie-dyeing t-shirts, and painting record covers. Cameron Adams, Assistant Director of Operations and Guest Services at the Campus Rec, explains more about the event.
Yeah, so obviously the biggest thing is the concert. So we have a band playing tonight. They're performing for a chance to play at Federal Frenzy later in the semester. We're also tie-dyeing t-shirts to kind of go with our theme. We have, because we're through the decades is what our theme is, we are also painting album covers from 70s and 80s. So we have that kind of stuff happening. There's free food. And we're going to be also teaching some dances from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Showed interest in various activities presented. Carrington Lisser, 6th grade art education major, explained what she enjoyed at the event.
I think it's really fun. I enjoy karaoke, and I love the fact that you can tie-dye t-shirts and get little fidget toys.
Another student, Jasper Sharpless, junior anthropology major, also described her thoughts.
And I think it's really cool that we're doing this kind of thing because it's a way to get students out into the rec, even if they might not necessarily come here to work out.
Rock the Rec wasn't the only thing going on in the rec center. Travel yoga is also one of the rec center's highlighted programs offered to students this semester. Biology junior Brooke Chrisman is the instructor and explains what travel yoga is.
It's just happening in different places on campus. It's the same yoga that I normally teach, which is kind of like a power yoga, but I adjust it and I give options for to make it easier, to make it harder.
For more information on travel yoga or to participate, go to the Rec's website. Jambar TV will be off next week due to a holiday, but there are still plenty of events scheduled around the university. On January 15th, the annual Jam the Gym event will take place in Beagley Center. High school students will join the YSU pep band by playing music during the men's basketball game against Wright State. On January 18th in Kilcawley, there'll be a table set up to discuss Human Trafficking Awareness Month for students on the first floor. Music at noon will be showcased in Butler Institute of American Art on January 19th, featuring a violinist and pianist. The following day, Penguin Awareness Day will take place in Kilcawley. If you're interested in any of these events, you could go to YSU Event Calendar online. Up next, Kyle Wills has info on all things basketball, so stay tuned.
The Communication Department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The YSU Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and Jambar TV. YSU's Communication Department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Jambar TV. I'm Kyle Wills with this week's YSU Sports. Let's start off with the women's basketball team as it is 8-0 in conference play for the first time in program history. Let's take a look at some of their matchups from their last week. The women's basketball team continued its stellar season, improving to 14-1 while also remaining undefeated in the Horizon League. The women defeated Cleveland State 70-59 on January 1st in what was a physical matchup. There were 48 fouls called, including 2 technicals, and both teams combined to shoot 55 free throws in the game. Senior forward Lily Ritz was tremendous as she finished with 20 points and a season-high 14 rebounds. Off the bench, sophomore guard Lexi Wagner was finding the nylon in the second period when she scored 14 of her career-best 19 points. Wagner said when she comes into the games, she's looking to shoot when she can and credited being mentally focused for her stellar performance.
Just always being mentally focused, mentally in the game, knowing who's playing well, who to get the ball to, what defense they're playing, how to play against them.
The Penguins games January 7th and January 9th against Wright State and Northern Kentucky were both canceled because of COVID-19 cases. Youngstown State received a forfeit victory over Wright State, and the team's game against Northern Kentucky was declared a no contest. On January 8th, the women hosted Robert Morris as a makeup for the 2 games canceled, defeating the Colonials 59-53. The win pushes the Penguins to 8-0 in conference play and as the only team left undefeated in the Horizon League. Ritz continued her phenomenal season play, scoring 17 points on 8 for 12 shooting under the rim, while grabbing 8 rebounds. Senior guard Chelsea Olsen also recorded a near double-double of 15 points and 9 assists. The connection between Ritz and Olsen proved to be a problem for the Colonial defense as 6 of Ritz's 8 baskets were assisted by Olsen. Ritz said her scoring performance against a physical defense was a confidence boost, but Olsen continued to find her in positions to score.
I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates. I mean, Chelsea's obviously a great passer, and she just knows where I'm at, where I'm going to be, and she just lobs it up, so I think that's a big thing.
The women's basketball team will continue its season in conference play, hosting UIC tonight, January 14th at 7 p.m., and IUPUI Sunday, January 16th at 2 p.m. These games can be listened to on 570 WKBN or watched on ESPN+. I'm Kyle Wills, Jambar TV. As for the men's basketball team, they weren't able to share the same success as they struggled at home this past weekend. Jambar reporter John Ostapowicz has more.
The YSU Penguins fell to 9-7 as they struggled at home both Friday and Sunday as they lost to 2 of their conference opponents. In Friday's game, they lost 61-71 against Purdue Fort Wayne University. YSU gave up 20 points off of 14 turnovers. Coach Jared Calhoun said that you can't win off of giving up that many turnovers and letting the other teams keep scoring off of them.
You can't win like that. That's not a winning formula. But, you know, we got to have the guys that have been around. You know, Shamar Rattan-May's got to play better. Miles Hunter got to play better. Daniel Goro's got to play better. Those guys got to help Mike.
There were some bright spots in this game as freshman Luke Chacon had a career-high game with 13 points, going 5 of 7 while shooting, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Senior Tevin Ollison also shined in this game as he finished with 11 points and 5 rebounds. In Sunday's game, the YSU Penguins faced Cleveland State University in the game that went into overtime as YSU came up short, losing 86-80. Head coach Jared Calhoun, in his post-game press conference after the loss, said that from Thursday to Saturday, the sense of urgency has changed and that the team is not quite there yet in terms of experience.
They got a lot of upperclassmen, and I thought their guys played a lot harder, certainly played a lot smarter than us.
Despite the loss, sophomore Shamar Rattan-Mays had a fantastic game as he scored 21 points, a career high for him. He also went 7 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 when shooting behind the arc, and was a perfect 4 for 4 when shooting from the free throw line. Junior Dwayne Cohill finished the game with 19 points, while Kevin Ollison also added 15 points to help lead the Penguins into overtime. The men's basketball team also played Northern Kentucky last night at home. For stats and highlights from the game, check out YSUSports.com. YSU tips off against Wright State tomorrow at home at 7. I'm John Ostapowicz, Jambar TV.
Thanks, John. And guys, it's nice to see the women's basketball team playing well. Being 8-0 in conference play for the first time ever, definitely a huge accomplishment to achieve.
Absolutely, and we're excited to see what they have for the rest of the season. Angie, what can you tell us about Jam the Gym this Saturday?
Sure. So Jam the Gym is an annual event where YSU's pep band plays with local high schoolers and talented musicians from all over. They get to come in, they see what YSU's band program is like, they socialize with a couple of the college students. That really builds their confidence, so when they come here, they have a great network of friends, and they really get to see what YSU's spirit and team is all about.
And so that's going to be on Saturday, from what I understand, at 7 p.m.?
Yes, Saturday, January 15th at 7 p.m.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thank you everybody watching here at Jambar TV. We will see you not next week, but the week after. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting, where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education, and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm why I'm proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.